Jackson Podcast.
Oh man, oh man. You know, I was chilling today watching the Masters, enjoying myself, having a cold Corona, eating some vegan tacos, just chilling, relaxing. It was a beautiful day. And I seen something come across the bottom of the screen that had me distraught. I'm originally from Knoxville, Tennessee. Out my kitchen window, you can hear the bombs every time they score a touchdown. You can hear the crowd, the 120,000 yelling from 10 miles away out the kitchen window. I was there when we beat Rocket Ishmael. I lived in the city when we beat Rocket Ishmael. I was there when we won the national championship. I was there when T. Martin beat Florida Gators. So I'm passionate about this conversation. I think that Nico made a bad decision, a real bad decision. And we're going to chop it up on this conversation because this is important to me. This is my hometown. Tennessee winning helps the town thrive. It helps the town financially. It helps businesses in that area. And I think Nico made a bad decision. What I want to say to up and coming recruits and people that want to visit different multiple colleges or whatever and play in college football is that money ain't everything, man. I'm kind of older now, but experience matters. Experiences matter more than money. You will appreciate your experience. The goal is actually go to the NFL and become a great and really get the big bag. Not this little bag right now that y'all getting. What I came to realize is that Nico wanted a Bugatti and an extra $2 million a season, but he didn't value the experience. Another thing I can say about Tennessee is even when we was 5-7, we was on national TV every weekend because how competitive the schedule is. With us playing Florida, with us playing Georgia every year, with us playing Alabama every single year. We are on TV multiple times. So by us being on TV that much, you get to showcase your talent to the scouts of the NFL. Uh, I don't think he appreciated what he had in his presence. And I don't know where he will go. But wherever he goes, if he don't goes to a Michigan, a Notre Dame, a Alabama, he was at one of the top 10 biggest schools in the country. One of the best programs in the country that's revitalizing their program. And he decided to leave because he wanted some extra coins because he seen other people that wasn't as productive as him getting extra coins. And I like Nico. They call him Iamaleava. I don't even know how to pronounce his last name, but they call him Nico Iamaleava now because Iamaleava. That's how his last name is spelled. But they calling him in Knoxville Iamaleava. So we're gonna have the conversation. I'm gonna play this first clip of Ryan Clark talking about the situation. Then we're gonna further the discussion. Let's get it.
Tennessee head coach Josh Heupel informing the team that they are parting ways, dismissing whatever it is. Quarterback Nico Iamaleava is one of the situations that shows you leadership matters. Everybody's going to say that the NIL and the transfer portal era is ruining college football. It's not ruining college football. But what it is distorting the good feeling people used to have around it because the former president of the NCAA, Mark Emmert, and the NCAA wouldn't do what was right. They wouldn't give a player or players the opportunity to earn money off of their name, image, and likeness. And because they refused to do that, now we have a situation where Nico can see Carson Beck, who underachieved at Georgia, go make $4 million in Miami and say, oh, I want that. And if you believe somebody outside of Tennessee ain't told him that they're going to pay him more than what Tennessee is giving him, then you're out your mind. And so now, because Mark Emmert and the NCAA didn't do the one thing the NCAA was created to do back in the early 1900s by Teddy Roosevelt, which is to protect players, because they wouldn't do that, we now have a situation where you have people on the outside thinking, Iamaleava is greedy because he wants more than 2 million or 2.4 million. Well, if that's what you're seeing in a capitalist era or in a capitalist society where there is no rules, there is no regulations because the NCAA refused to do what's right, why is he wrong? And now you make the University of Tennessee, you make their football team, you make their head coach make a decision to dismiss this kid or make a decision to part ways with this kid because at some point they got to put their foot down because you've given them no rules and regulations to say, okay, son, this is all we can do. This is all anybody can do. Now make a decision on what's the best place for you to grow, for you to learn, and for you to succeed in the future. And that's why leadership matters. That's why representation matters. That's why you got to say, if something is right, let's do our best to do the right thing. And I'm sure that Nico's going to end up somewhere and get a lot of money, but will that be the best place for him? And so now, in an era where these student athletes can capitalize off of who they are, they have to make sure that the people around them are not trying to capitalize on them. Because for them boys, hey man, go get your money and get all the money that you think you're worth. But it's sad that you don't feel protected enough or you weren't protected enough. So making that decision on money can be the best decision for you to be the best man and player going forward.
I like the conversation that he was having. I like his podcast too, man, The Pivot. Ryan Clark and them is doing a great job over there at the Pivot podcast. I salute them brothers over there on his channel. But I disagree with him on this statement. I think the NIL is ruining college football. I think that it's going to take morals out. People are not going to be morally invested in a university no more. People are going to be me first. It's not about team anymore because people are basically embracing capitalism. There's not going to be no rules and regulations because people are obtaining finances. People are getting rich from this. And it's not wrong. It's not wrong. If the opportunity there, Nico is not wrong. Because why? This is going to have fans like lost in the sauce because people been loyal to teams, loyal to franchises when nobody is loyal. This is America. This is the capitalist system. Nobody ain't loyal to shit. Everybody is looking out for their best interest. I hate to say it, but it's the truth. Everybody is looking out for their best interest in this capitalist system. So Nico wasn't wrong for asking for the Bugatti, asking for an extra couple of $1 million because other people are obtaining it and they're not as good as me. So why I don't deserve it? That loyalty shit that people on is thrown out the window in 2025. People are looking out for themselves. It's wrong as hell, but it isn't wrong because they created that lane and that opportunity for him to be able to do that. Now let's talk about Tennessee for a minute because they're not wrong also. And I think they'll be fine. I think they'll be able to get talent because it's not what you think it is until you have visited this place. Tennessee is the mecca for sports. They just won the baseball championship. They on the come up. They thriving right now. Women's basketball is back looking like it's going to be dominant again after the Pat Summitt era. Pat Summitt been gone for a while now, but Tennessee women's basketball is looking like it's back on the rise. Also, the football team, playoffs. We weren't used to hearing that. The last time that we was as successful as we was last year was when the BCS existed. So, Nico ain't wrong. And I don't think Tennessee wrong. I think that people just have to part ways. Because if you're embracing the capitalist society, Tennessee got to look out for their best interest. Nico got to look out for his best interest. If we ain't looking out for each other, then it's time to part ways. And that's what we're going to be seeing. And that's what fans ain't going to like because they have been loyal to teams, to franchises, and ain't nobody loyal no more. Let's get to the next clip. This is Emmanuel.
hate where we are in the state of college football. We got to address this Nico Iamaleava situation. Now, first off, who the heck am I? Because in this day and age, it's all about the messenger. I am the foremost lover of college football. Played at the University of Texas. Played in the national championship game. Third-team All-American. And now cover college football for 12 hours every Saturday during football season on Fox. But it's not about me. Let's talk about Nico. I have 3 primary points. Number 1, shame on you, NCAA. You got us here because of your incompetence and because of your persistence in trying to continually take advantage of the college athlete. Now we are in this situation where the college athlete has to overcorrect. That's the first thing. Second thing, now to you, the college athlete, be mindful. Do not give up what you want most for what you want now. What do I mean? Often what you want most is to play in the National Football League. But what you want now is to make money in college. I get it. Do both if you can, but be mindful. Don't give up what you want most, athlete, for what you want now. Nico Iamaleava, your coach kicked you off the team because you wanted to hold out. You want to act like a pro. He's going to treat you like a pro. Cautionary tale. Remember, DJ Uiagalelei. DJ Uiagalelei, 5-star all-everything quarterback at Clemson. But DJ didn't necessarily pan out as we thought he would. Goes from Clemson to Oregon State. Goes from Oregon State to Florida State. But remember, DJ popped off to the scene an incredible freshman game at Notre Dame. Just be mindful. Don't give up what you want most for what you want now. College athletes, you still got a lot to prove. Then lastly, what's the solution? For me, it's very simple. Don't fight over peanuts. Peanuts is a collective deals, millions of dollars. We're talking billions of dollars. SEC, ESPN negotiated a $3 billion deal last year. Well, in the NFL, the salary cap is predicated upon the TV deal. I believe that college athletes, you should be fighting over the TV revenue. Every college program should have a general manager. That general manager, based upon the TV revenue and what's been allocated to that university, should now be able to negotiate the different contracts of the athletes based upon the billion with the B dollar deal, not the millions of dollars with collectives. If we want to figure out NIL on top of that, then let's do that. But athlete, you're fighting over the peanuts instead of focusing on the meal. I do not like where college athletes and college athletics have gone. It may not necessarily be ruined, but it's definitely disfigured beyond recognition. Oh, I can't stand it.
I can't stand it neither because I think that it's ruining the game. And I like what he said. What you want most for what you want now. You know, we don't know what he wants most, but most quarterbacks and athletes want the Tom Brady career. They want to play for 20 years and make millions and millions and leave a legacy and be able to leave the game still valuable to where you can go talk, you can go do other things within the game and stay financially stable. You know, if you fighting for peanuts right now, as he said, because it's peanuts what he's scratching over, a couple of $1 million here, a Bugatti there. He's from California or whatever though, but that mentality and that ideology that he's leading by it's not going to lead him to success. He also spoke about DJ Uiagalelei, whatever his name is. I can't pronounce that last name. I apologize, but my wife, she is a Clemson graduate. She graduated from Clemson. We watch Clemson every Saturday, Clemson in Tennessee, over and over again because I'm originally from Knoxville. I didn't graduate. Or I don't got a degree from Tennessee or whatever, though, but I might as well got a degree. Not a real one, but, you know, I'm invested in the school a lot, probably by more than some students. But the first time she watched DJ, she said he trash. I remember he was getting a $2 million from Bojangles. He was using that NIL, get money all over the place. Then he went to Oklahoma State. Then he went to Florida State. Now he ain't starting. He ain't nowhere. 4 years, 4 teams, 3 teams, and he ain't got a team right now. So at the end of the day, quit fighting for peanuts, man. The SEC just did a TV deal for $3 billion. They getting the big bag. You over here complaining about $2 million. Get your money. But what's the big picture at the end of the day? Young people don't think about that because they're young, obviously. And I feel as if, just like Paul Feinbaum said, Tennessee made the right move moving forward. I like Buddy, Nico, but his decision making was too slow. He didn't have the right decision making. Now let's get into the conversation and see what Josh Heupel had to say after the orange and white game. I miss going to them games, man, in the city. I bet they high dollar now. But let's listen to what Heupel had to say.
First, just want to thank our fans. great crowd today with the limit of the capacity with all the construction that's going on. But from Vol Walk, all the families, a bunch of little kids out there, to everybody inside the stadium, appreciate them showing up in the style that they did. It's an awesome day for our young players in particular to get out in front of a crowd. Most of them, it's the biggest crowd that they've played in front of, but it simulates as close as as much as we can, as close as we can, to what game day is going to feel like. So great energy from them. Appreciate them. Spring game weekend, so many former players, VFLs that are back. That's a bunch of guys that just finished with us in December of this past fall. To guys that played, generations before, and it's always great to have them back home. And they're so well connected to our program, so important to our program. Appreciate them showing up the way that they did. Today, obviously, different format from usual from a spring game. Just where we were at in the course of our spring ball, we wanted to get a lot of work. We did some special teams today. Got some great work on that side of it, and wanted our players to be out in front of the crowd, and so that's why you saw some of the group work, offense, defense, 7-on-7, one-on-ones, the big guys going through one-on-ones as well, and ultimately wanted to get to the play count that we got to with each of our groups, and simulate game day as well, and so hopefully the fans enjoyed it. And I do appreciate them because there was a lot of great work. I'm sure I'm going to get asked about this here in a second, so I'll address it on the front end. Today's landscape of college football, it's different than what it has been. And it's unfortunate, just the situation and where we're at with Nico. I want to thank him for everything that he's done since he's gotten here. That's as a recruit to who he was as a player, and how he competed inside of the building. And so a great appreciation for that side of it. Obviously, we're moving forward as a program without him. I said it to the guys today. There's no one that's bigger than the Power T, and that includes me. And they hear me say that a lot inside of that team room. This program has been around for a long time, with a lot of great coaches, a lot of great players that came before that laid the cornerstone pieces, the legacy, the tradition that is Tennessee football. It's going to be around a long time after I'm done and after they're gone. And that's what's special about being here, is that there is a legacy and a tradition that is so rich, and a logo that's recognized not just across the nation but across the world too. And today you got a chance to see 110 guys that ran out and competed their butts off, that give their all for Tennessee and do it the right way. And really proud of the spring that they've had, but also, how they culminated it as well. So excited about, where we're at this point. Man, there's a lot of work for this team to continue to grow, to have the ability to chase the things that we want to in the fall. But, we're where we need to be as well. And our coaches and staff, guys that have been here over the last 4 years, have rebuilt this program, and it's built to win. And I say that as we're moving forward from today too. This program's ready to go win next fall. And as a program, since we've been here, we've won with a lot of different QBs, done it historically in my career with a lot of different QBs. Some of those guys have been older, some of them have been younger, but we'll have a quarterback that's ready to go win and help us compete for a championship. So
I'm gonna stop it right there because I got something to say that a lot of people may disagree with, and I'm gonna read a clip from ESPN that I'm gonna get up out this thing though. But he said, "There's legendary people that came before us, and this thing will still be thriving when I'm dead and gone. Nothing is bigger than the Power T, not one individual." What I have to say about that is that that's true. And when you get these players in from now on height, you got to set some rules, laws, and some regulations to know this is how we standing on business. This is the reason why I don't like players getting more money and financial gain than the leadership. That's in all businesses. If the leadership isn't making more money than the people that's working up under the leadership, then it's always going to be disgruntled individuals. With me saying that, either you're going to obey the rules, the laws, and the regulations, or you're going to do what Nico did and you're going to leave. But you got to lay that ground down. You got to stand firm on it. And I hope Tennessee continues to do that, because a lot of these teams, such as Clemson, they don't want to pay these players all of this money. You see Nick Saban, he retired right when the NIL started. This ain't the same football that it once was. It's not the same loyalty. It's not the same passion. It's not the same fandom. It's business now. And the fans are going to lose interest, and they're not going to be as invested as they once was, because the passion is gone. Why put your heart and soul into something when a person can just get up and walk away and leave? That's what made college sports special. That's what made people passionate and care about it, because it was loyalty, it was camaraderie, it was like family. Now that's gone due to the NIL. And like Ryan Clark was saying, he think that the NIL isn't ruining college football. Give it 5 years. It's going to be completely different. Now I'm going to read part of this clip from ESPN, and I'm going to get up off this thing, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in to my show. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Let me go ahead and get to reading, man. Real talk. Tennessee was aware of Iamaleava's representatives had reached out to at least one other school, Oregon, prior to the start of spring practice. Sources told ESPN, but Oregon said it wasn't interested. The day before the winter portal ended in January, Iamaleava's representative asked for his deal to increase to the $4 million range, but Tennessee didn't redo it. We wasn't going to flinch this time either, a source told ESPN. Iamaleava was making $2.4 million on a contract that was reported to be $8 million when he signed it, but he started receiving payments when he was still in high school, and the total value of the contract would have been closer to $10 million over the life of the deal, sources told ESPN. Iamaleava just completed his redshirt freshman season, which means he would have 3 seasons remaining at his next destination. The spring transfer portal opens Wednesday, and he is expected to be the most notable player available. I want to thank him for everything he's done since he's got here as a recruit, and who he was as a player, and how he competed inside the building, Heupel said. Obviously, we're moving forward as a program without him. I said it to the guys today. There's no one bigger than the Power T, and that includes me. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. I appreciate y'all. I'm gone. Chill.
The Trevor Jackson Podcast.